Hello, hello. This is the beautiful forest in Seattle that I love so much. I'm just messing around. All right. Well, here we are in the beautiful forest in Seattle. Suki's here with us. She likes to be strong. There we go. Sometimes you gotta wrestle her. Okay. Let's bring in those questions. So I've got a good question from Kim. Kim says, just tried to reset the B of A password. I'm assuming that's Bank of America. I now have two B of A accounts in the Apple password system. One has my old username and the old password. It does not work. The other one has the new random password, but no username. How can I transfer the username to the new password? That is a fantastic question. So, Kim, what you do is you share your screen first. So let's get in here and I'll share my screen and I'll show you exactly how you make this quick change. It's very easy. So you go into the Passwords app. So here we go. We're going to show off my screen. You go into the Passwords app, unlock it, and it's super easy. You find your login. Let's say I don't have Bank of America in here, but let's just say it's this one. You would simply click Edit in the upper right and then add in the username. So let's just say your username is Kim123. You put that in and you hit save and then you delete your duplicate and then you're on your way. That's it. That's all you need to do. It's a great question. And she continues on to say, tried to use Claude to help, maybe getting low on the number of times I can try. She probably uses Claude free. Claude had me put in the original username, which had an asterisk on the end. It wouldn't take the asterisk and Claude told me to take that off. It did save then. Now when I go into the Apple password, there are two for B of A, as you said there would be. Should I try to log in again using the new username? And then she says, off to the gym. Need to get away from this. Yeah. Working on tech and going round and round with Claude can be a bit exhausting. But try that out. Go into the passwords manager, enter the new username on your new password entry, save it, and delete the old one. You should be back in business in no time. That's a great question about password managers. I have another question from Julie. This is actually a common question. It's not it's not security related, but it's a great question surrounding when you purchase a new iPad. So, new iPads, my question is always, do you want to attach cell service to the new iPad or do you just want to have it on Wi-Fi? Because when you attach cell service, you have to pay a monthly fee for the cell service, but the benefit is that you can take your iPad out into the lovely forest if you want to, go camping with it, go into places where there isn't Wi-Fi and have internet access. So that's the benefit of adding cell service. And if you're not going to be taking your iPad out and about, then you don't need it. You can just use Wi Fi at home or at a friend's house or wherever indoors they have Wi Fi. Just remember to always connect to a secure Wi Fi. If you're on a cafe Wi Fi, you're on a hotel Wi Fi, you do want to be turning on either private relay in the settings of your iPad or get yourself a VPN. I really like NordVPN. NordVPN is fantastic. And this is regardless if you have a if you have cell service or Wi-Fi. I think it's good when you are doing things that are private on your iPad, like accessing banking information, or maybe you are sending sensitive emails. NordVPN is really good. It's a simple app that you can get on the iPad, and you see on the right here this little screenshot that they have. There's a simple pause button and then start button. So when you want to turn on the VPN, you hit start. When you want to turn it off, you hit pause, or you can say disconnect. And the only thing you have to remember about the VPN is that sometimes when you want to connect to a website or get on an app, sometimes the VPN gets in the way. I'll be totally honest, it just gets a little kerfuffled, gets a little scrambled. And so what I do in that event is I turn off the VPN and then I connect to whatever I want to connect to and then turn it back on, or wait, or don't connect to the website, depending on how I'm feeling. But that's all you have to remember about the VPN, is keeping in the back of your mind. And I really like NordVPN for VPNs. Yeah, that's right. Back to the forest. I really like this. I hope you like it too. All right, got a fun one for you. So I wanted to share this because recently a client of mine admitted that she did a fair amount of shopping on Instagram and Facebook late at night. And so I sent her this. Now, this is from 2023, and I doubt that number has really changed. But two-thirds of all online shopping scams now start on Facebook and Instagram. So, what qualifies as a scam? It's a little blurry. In some cases, it will be a product that doesn't fulfill its promise, doesn't quite measure up to the quality that it pretends to be. In other cases, you'll order it and it'll never arrive. In other cases, you'll order it and want to return it and they won't let you. That's called ghost shops. And so a scam is sort of a relative thing, but you feel cheated. You feel like you didn't quite get what you were paying for. And so The headline here is social media platforms fueling surge in online shopping scams. Someone falls victim on Meta-owned platforms every 7 minutes. Estimated 27 million being lost by UK consumers each year. So this is a Lloyds Bank Group article. So they're focusing on the UK. But ultimately, what it comes down to is the ads on Facebook. So like if I were to Google Facebook ad scams, let's see what comes back. Ad scams. Here we go. This is perfect. Stuff like this. Or that. In my client's case, she bought a mosquito net. Let's see if we could do Facebook ad mosquito net. She's, I guess, deathly allergic to mosquitoes. So for her, it was like, let me get this amazing mosquito net or like mosquito light. Here we go. Perfect. On the right here. Stop pesky mosquitoes. It's like a late night infomercial. And so she bought, I don't know, it was like $200 worth. There's quite a bit of advertising around it. But the complication is that you don't get vetted for ads. You know, legitimate businesses like this one maybe is legit because it's a business and you can go to their profile and they have an address. But even still, I mean, I probably wouldn't order something from India. You're going to be paying a lot in shipping. But the idea is that ads, nobody's vetting the ads. Yeah, anybody can open an ad account. And so there's not a lot of oversight with that. And so not a great idea to shop on Facebook late at night or Instagram late at night. Let's see if we got some other questions here. Now I'm going to go through questions that I got this week or last week from people. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here's a good one. Okay, so this one would apply to people who are using Gmail in Apple Mail. So in Apple Mail, if you find you're in password reset mode and you get a little icon. Let's see, they take these all offline. Yeah. So you're in password reset mode and you get an icon with a little squiggle line on the right. It's kind of small to see. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Yeah, okay. So let's just say you get this little squiggle icon here. What's happening in the background is your mail is offline because you reset your password. And in Bill's case, what happened was all we had to do was remove the account and add it again. So what you can do to do that is, let me show my entire screen. You're going to go into Mail Preferences. So I'm coming up to Mail in the upper left corner here, and I'm on a Mac. So this really only applies to anybody who's using Apple Mail and using Gmail, and your email's just not coming through. Or really, it could be any email account. It's just not coming through. You can always remove it and add it again. So all you have to do is come to Settings, and then go to Accounts, and then select the account you want to remove, and then hit the minus sign on it. And then it'll say, hey, take me over here to Internet Accounts. That's fine. It's going to take you to Settings, and then you hit Delete Account. Now, that's not going to delete the account from Gmail. It's not going to touch any of your data. All it's going to do is remove the account from your Mac, just from your device. And so I'm going to hit Delete. I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to say Add Account. And then I'm going to go through the process of going to Google, open the browser, put in the email, put in the password. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to pause my screen share while I put in the password. We got to stay private. But just to walk you through what this looks like, I think is really good because a lot of people aren't familiar with it. And this is if you reset your password and it disconnects. A lot of people just don't know where to go, how to reconnect it. So that's what we're talking about here. So I am going to paste in my password. And then hopefully, like me, you have two-step verification. You go to your phone. It asks you, hey, are you trying to sign in? You say, yes, it's me. And then you press the number. And then from here, this is the part that's mildly confusing, but all it's really saying is, hey, Apple Mail would like access to your Gmail. Do you want to allow that? Yes, I do. Hit continue. And then same thing here. Hit continue. And now it brings you back to Apple Mail. And you may need to just simply quit Mail for this to, come alive. There it is. Perfect. I don't need notes or calendars. You choose what you need there. And then I can close this up. And when I go back into Mail, my emails should start flowing. And because we're adding the account fresh, of course, it's going to take some time to download all those emails, but at least then it's fixed. Now I can see it's thinking. And I'm doing a two-finger click, and I can see application not responding. So I'm two-finger clicking on the Apple Mail icon. When that happens, you can hit force quit, or you can come up to the Apple at the top here and go to force quit. Whenever any app is acting up and not performing at its best, we can go to force quit. And then it'll tell you, oh, this isn't responding. Oftentimes I'll come to clients' computers and there will be a whole list of things that are not responding, and they just didn't notice it, and things were running slow. And so instead of restarting the computer, you can just go up to add the Apple and force quit and just restart the naughty app that's misbehaving instead of a whole restart process. There you go. So now if I open mail again, we should be back in business. And if it's not, then I may want to do a restart. So that's Bill's question. That was a good question, Bill. It may also be because I'm streaming. It doesn't like it right now. It's too much. Back to the forest. Ah, oh, so beautiful. I love Seattle forests. It's like living in Fern Gully. All right, I think we have time for one more question. Oh, this is a great one. This comes from Kim again. I like this one a lot because no one talks about it. And there isn't really great documentation online for it either. So, you know how when you are on your phone and you try to delete email and you have a Gmail account and it archives it? We're going to fix that so it deletes instead of archives. So let's switch our setup so you can see my phone here. Alrighty. So where I want you to go is settings, our good old friend settings. What does settings look like? Settings looks like this. Go into our friend settings, and then I want you to search at the very bottom for mail. And at the top, you'll notice two options. Let's just go to mail accounts. And once you're there, you're going to go into your Gmail account where you need to delete rather than archive. So I'm going to go into this one. And then at the bottom, you'll see account settings, super easy, and then advanced. This is like super buried, right? And then see how it says move discarded messages into archives. Nah, we want to check off deleted mailbox. And then there's no save, no done, which always makes me laugh and confuses most people. But there's no save, no done. You just hit back and then you hit done. And now when you go into mail and you delete something, it'll actually delete it. So here I'm going to go, whoop, whoop, that was fast. There. And there's a trash can versus before it was archive. Done. How about them apples? Strange, strange things. All right, well, that about wraps up today. A mishmash of security questions. We had Gmail questions. We had iPad. We got to see the lovely forest in Seattle. Thank you so much for joining me. And next week, same time, same place, Monday, 4:30 Pacific, I'll be here. Bring your weirdest tech questions. Bring all your scams. Anything that is sort of random and you want me to answer, I'm happy to do that. We're on YouTube and Instagram. You can throw it in the chat. You can comment me, DM me in advance, and I'll read the question out and answer you the best I can. All right. Thanks for joining me. And as always, be kind, be patient, and restart. Thanks for watching. Bye. It's so funny. I have no idea where the finish button is. Oh, there it is. Bye.